Last year at the summit, I met, in addition to Peggy, I met Vanda Kadas, and we had a wonderful several days together. And she impressed me with her energy. I invited her to become a moderator. She fulfills a very important role. Things often get heated. I do not know why, but things often get heated on the page, and people get really animated. Discussions get sometimes intense. And Vanda's really, really great at coming into a tense situation and making comments which diffuse tension. As a matter of fact, she's actually extremely good at it, and I always marvel at how she sort of walks into the middle of what looks to be like a meltdown that's heading towards World War III, and she gets it back on track and she diffuses the tension, and I appreciate that a great deal. Vanda.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I'm very grateful to be here, and thank you so much for coming. Secondly, Professor Francione, I want to tell you that my vegan advocacy changed tremendously since I have learned the abolitionist approach, as I use as a framework of my vegan advocacy. Thank you so much. Today I'm here to talk about what we do when children are approaching our tabling. We do tabling, what we call every week, Thursday tabling. You can do it any day, but we just call it Thursday tabling, vegan Thursday tabling, that is. And we have lots of children coming. So what is fun about children, that they are very open. They are there to learn. The way we make it even more interesting for them is, of course, making it fun. So today, I want to encourage all of you to engage in a little bit of role play. This is what we do. Mostly I do, but Christian does it occasionally too. Engage them in a role play situation, because they're always curious and they love the display. Okay, a display, as you might have seen on the slides the other day, we have lots of fresh fruits, we have wonderful pictures of animals, nothing gory, all lovely, all nice. So what happens? Children come there, they just wanna get engaged. They have no idea what veganism is most of the time. They have no idea what's going to happen, but they come. Okay, so you pretend that you are going to be the children and come to my table, all right? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Yes. All right. Okay, so I'm going to ask questions and you can just randomly answer. You don't have to, just yell in, okay? Normally, they just do exactly like that. They just yell in. Unless somebody gets really stuck to my side and then they stay there for like half an hour, they stop yelling because they are too busy observing. All right, so do you see this watermelon? I didn't bring one today. Yeah. Have you eaten one before?
Yeah. No, never.
Okay, so, well, this is a good time for you to try. All right, so I got a knife here and I am going to cut into this watermelon. What is going to happen? Can anyone tell me what might happen?
It's going to crack open.
It's true, it's going to open. But is the watermelon going to do anything?
No.
No? Are you sure?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because we ate.
It can't. And why can't the watermelon do anything? Why? Can talk, that's true. And what else the watermelon cannot do? Can't run away. And how come? Why? Doesn't it have
legs.
It doesn't have legs, that is true. Okay, so watch me cutting the watermelon. What is happening? So, yeah, it's just opening up. Look how red it is. It's awesome. All right. So what are we going to do now? The watermelon is here. It didn't yell, it didn't run away, it didn't cry. What can we do with the watermelon?
Eat it.
Yeah, do you like eating it?
Yes.
Me too. Okay, so we are handing out some watermelons. Everybody's jumping. Okay, so they are busy doing something, what they like doing, what they wanted to do. They are eating, okay? And instead of talking about the watermelon, this is when you shift the conversation and bring it back to veganism, okay? So did you notice that the watermelon, they are busy jumping, okay? So they don't, they are kind of captive audience, all right? So did you notice that the watermelon did not run away, did not cry out in pain, did not yell? Did you notice that? And everybody's like, yeah, like, what is she talking about? Of course not. All right, so, so they just keep eating, and my little captive audience is listening. And it's like, but what happens? And then I point to my table, for example, to the cute piggy family. I point, what happens if I were to be a mean person and get a knife and cut into that piggy? What will happen then? And everybody looks at me like, is she okay? Like, who would want to do that, right? They really do. They do look at you like that. And somebody usually says, what? What will happen to the piggy?
He'll cry and he'll run away and he'll be hurt.
That's right. The piggy will cry. Why? How come the piggy cries and the watermelon doesn't?
Because it hurts.
It hurts. Are you saying that the pig has feelings?
Yeah.
Oh, and the watermelon doesn't have feelings?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's when you go right into that. So, okay, the reason we are vegan, because we eat plants since they don't have feelings. We use plants for, and then I point out my bed, they love my bed usually, of course, and this and that. I point out all kinds of things what we vegans use. And we do it such a way that they understand that that's what vegans do, and that's what vegans don't do, such as using a knife and cutting into a piggy. And everybody's jumping away nicely, very happy about it. And what did happen in the last few weeks, there was one family who went vegan. The children actually veganized the adults, which can happen. And we were very grateful about that. Christian showed the family, I'm sure some of you have seen the slide. They keep coming back, they have questions. It's very, very exciting for us. And there is, always more children who are coming because they see the display, they want to know what is up. Okay, the main message here I'm trying to say today is that believe in what you're saying. First of all, as my colleagues were mentioning, know your theory. Know exactly what you need to say. But say it in such a way that they actually are involved in a learning process. You don't preach at them, they get bored, they go away, they take their watermelon, they're gonna walk away, and that's not good. You want them to stick around, all right? For that, you have to make it a little bit fun, and this is why I like creative, non-violent vegan education. You can play with that thought, you can play with that notion. You don't have to do things one way, you do it your way. I do it my way, I have this wicked accent, they always ask like, okay, where are you from, and all that. Good icebreaker. If you don't have an accent, use something else. Put an interesting clothes on you, like put a funny hat. Do something which, children will engage with, And most of all, believe in what you say. I've been a long-term vegan, and I really believe we can and we must achieve a vegan world. We are going to do this. This is a time to do this. Enough of the mumbo jumbo of vegetarianism, meatless Monday, all that nonsense gotta go. This is time for us to get serious about vegan education, creative, non-violent vegan education, and this is what we do. Thank you.